Welcome to Narrowboat Precious Jet. My name is Steve Tyrrell and we are currently at Swan Lane Wharf on the Coventry Canal in Coventry. Welcome to the vlog. Today is Tuesday, I'm not sure the date, 28th? I think it's the 28th, have a quick look on the phone. Yeah, Tuesday the 28th. If you know much about England the last couple of days, you'll realise there's been a bit of a fuel shortage. Well, there hasn't actually. Nothing's changed apart from idiots going out, buying fuel when they don't really need it. So I didn't manage to get to the boat yesterday because I didn't have any diesel. So anyway, it's Tuesday now, and I do have some diesel, and I won't fill up again till my tank's empty. So anyway, less about that political shite. Right, so today let's just show you rather than me explain it. It's better if I just show you, isn't it? You understand more than today's going to be more just about painting and getting some painting stuff done. So if you're new to the vlog, please consider subscribing. Much appreciate having you along. And also if you enjoyed today's video, then please give me a like down below. And also if you've got something to say, then comment also. That'll be much appreciated. I do love the comments. So anyway, let's get into the video. Stop talking rubbish and get on with it and see what we do this week. Okay. So as of on the last vlog, I've painted the walls in the galley area. It's looking all right. It's not perfect yet, but it's getting there. Still a bit rough. It needs a bit of a sand down and a top coat. Funny enough, same in there actually in the bathroom. That needs a sand down and a top coat. I didn't manage to get this bit down here finished up until this bit here, mainly because I ran out of paint, but I've got more paint now. So let's go and get the paint on the boat and I'll show you what I've got. Been and bought a few supplies, so hopefully for the next couple of days we can smash the painting up and get it done and get it out of the way. And then once the painting of the walls is done, I can then start thinking about fitting the worktops in, painting the worktops or oiling the worktops and then fitting them in permanently, because I don't want to fit the worktops while I'm still painting. The last thing I want is to drip paint all over my nice worktops. So let's carry on and get the stuff in the boat and I'll show you what I've bought. Right, so first off, I've bought some wood primer. So this is just a plain white primer. It's not the same as what I had before, but it should be okay. Shouldn't be an issue. Primer's primer, isn't it? An undercoat is just an undercoat. It's just that. It's just a base coat for your gloss, isn't it? So yeah. So I've got that, and I've also bought some high gloss gloss paint, basically. Yeah, top coat paint. So that'll be the colour of the walls. I was thinking of going grey to match the drawer fronts, but I think you can have a bit too much of one colour, can't you? So I'm going to go white for now, and then in the future if I want to change it, I can still change it, can't I? I can mask off the work surface and change it. So that's the 2 tins of paint. Bought a new putty knife, or a filling knife, whatever you want to call it. So that. Bought some filler as well, because there are a few dings in the wood surface. I don't know if you've noticed up here where I took one of the shelves off. There's little dents and there's like screw holes and stuff that I want to cover up, and over this side there's a nice big hole there. So I'd like to cover up all these little blemishes and get them out of the way before I gloss paint. So that's why another thing I bought is some filler. Bought another pack of paintbrushes. You can never have too many paintbrushes, can you? Masking tape. Bought some tape just to mask off the edges as and when I need to. And a sanding block, just a cheap little cork block to wrap sandpaper around. The main thing I bought is a respirator. Now I've been meaning to get one of these for a long time, and the last time I looked was at the start of the pandemic, and you couldn't buy these for love nor money. But the last couple of times I've been sanding on the boat, I've had a bit of a rough chest, so the dust is obviously not doing me any good at all. So I bought myself a respirator, and finally a pack of sandpaper. So there's 10 sheets altogether. Oh, ripped the packet already. yeah, 10 sheets of sandpaper, all are sorted grades, so you got everything from 40 grit all the way up to 180 grit, and there's 2 sheets of each. And what I'll do with these, I'll cut these to size and they'll just wrap around the sanding block, you know. So yeah, so today's job then, just to get this done, just a quick job today, is I'm going to paint the walls. I don't think I'd like to sand this side down, but once the paint's wet I won't be doing any sanding. I don't want to get any dust on the paint. So that's ready to paint now, so I'm going to give that a quick coat of paint, and then see, because I might give this another undercoat. I might not sand it yet, I might give it another undercoat first on this side. I might give that another undercoat on this side all the way down to here, and then once I've done that, this will probably be dry and I can give that a second undercoat, and that'll probably do me for today then. And then when I come back here tomorrow morning, I can do a bit of sanding, get all the sanding work done out of the way at once, at one time, and then think about putting the top coat on. Looking in here, you see in the grooves, you can just see the cracks where the paint doesn't quite fill the hole, and then you look on others and it's a nice tight gap, look. And then you look at, like you say, you look at this one, there's a gap. So I'm wondering now whether I should have a little bit of filler in there, maybe. Use a bit of decorator's chalk, which I have got at home. So I might come up with a bit of decorator's chalk before I put the gloss paint on, and just chalk all these, just put a very thin bead of chalk in these gaps. It's a bit too thin to use filler, but chalk I can probably do. Decorator's chalk is just like it's like a filler. It comes in a tube like silicone, and it doesn't actually set. It stays semi pliable, should we say. So if the wood moves, it moves with the wood. It moves back and it doesn't crack, it doesn't cause any cracking, and it's a way decorators use to hide blemishes and stuff. So yeah, decorator's chalk's great stuff. I use it a lot when I decorate at home. So right, that's it for now. Painting, I might show you a bit of painting, although it's very boring, you know that. Right, let's crack on. Okay, there you go, that's that bit painted, nice and good. Now what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here with the filler now and see these little blemishes I can find. All the little blemishes on the actual wood surface itself, like these holes, look, various little holes and little blemishes. I'm going to try and go around with a palette knife and not these bits here. I'm going to leave them for now. I'm doing undecided with that yet. But these little blemishes in the wood that you can see, I'm going to go through with a palette knife, the filler knife, and I'm going to fill. This one won't matter because anything behind here is behind the sink, that won't matter. But all these marks here like this, I'm going to try and fill them with a bit of filler. So stand by and let's see what it looks like. This will be fun. I'm going to attempt to do this one-handed, and you ain't going to see a great deal because that's white and everything I'm doing is covered in white. So that's where we're going to fill there. Well, we're going to try and fill that one first on camera. So squirt a little bit of putty in there when I can get it in there. Bit of filler. Oh, you can't get the filler out of the tube. Hang on a second. That's very thick filler, that is. Jeez, that's taking some squeezing. Okay. And when you can see that, let's see what we can do with this then. So I need to scrape up really. You see that now? And the more I'm touching it, the worse I'm making it. Okay, that'll do for you for now. I'm gonna have a go at the rest and I'll show you the outcome. Yeah, we'll see. Okay, got some of the holes filled. You can't really see much difference. You can still see where they are. However, the holes are filled. I'm still not sure what to do. I'm gonna have to do something about these cracks here, look. Well, they're not cracks, they're just gaps in the board. And I think I'm gonna come back with a corking gun and I'm gonna cork it. Just a very slight amount, so it's like a silicone, it comes in a tube, same as silicone, and I'm gonna trim the end very tinily. Tinily, is that a word? Very small hole. And I'm just gonna try and get right in that gap. And then what I'll do is, my little finger, I'll lick my little finger and I'll just run it up the gap like that. And that'll bed it in, and any excess I can wipe away. So that's the major holes filled anyway. What I'm going to do is now, this side I'm going to give another undercoat, and here I'm going to give another layer of undercoat, and also these end boards, they're a bit rough at the moment, they need sanding, but I'm going to give it another undercoat first. Give it a good couple of layers of paint before I start thinking about sanding it off. So that's my next job now, is to give these a couple of layers of paint. On this video I don't think you're going to see much apart from me painting and trying to get these walls sorted ready to put the kitchen in, so I'm afraid you're going to have to bear with me. So this may well just end up being a painting vlog. Okay, stand by. That's 2 coats of paint on all the walls now. There's not a lot I can do in here now today while the paint's wet. So I think I'll just, I mean, I could come in the bathroom and clear a bit of space in here and do a bit of painting, another layer of paint in here, which is what I think I'll do before I go home, because I've got a spare hour. I think I'm going to do that, just do a bit of painting here in the bathroom before I go home, and then call it a day. Just give it a quick coat. Okay, back at the boat today, Wednesday the 29th, and yeah, it's a bit wet and cold out today, although there is blue poking out. I'm still not going to take my worktops outside and sand them down just yet. I may end up taking them somewhere else and doing them. We have a garage on site, so I may end up even taking them into the garage and doing them in there, because of the weather. It's dry, you know, so in the garage it's dry, should I say. But we'll get there eventually. So today the plan is, let me just turn you around now and show you. Okay, the plan is just to sand these down, basically give them a nice light key coat. That one's nice and smooth. This one's got a slight rough texture to it for some reason, not too sure why. Same paint, same everything, same methods, but we'll see. Yeah, so I'm going to sand all the walls down today, especially these ones here. Not so much this side because that's going to be hidden in the cupboard, but this side definitely needs sanded down. That's quite rough. So the plan is today is just to sand them down. I might show you a little bit of that, and then if I get enough time I may give them a coat of paint. So we shall see what happens with that. So let's just crack on. Nobody likes doing the sanding bit, do they? So yeah, let's just crack on with it and get it done. Charlie's here to help me, although you can't see him, he's on the front of the boat today. So right, stand by and let's see how far we get. He's getting there. So the primer I put on it, let's try and talk properly. The primer I've put on so far is just a sacrificial coat. I am toying with the idea of putting another layer of primer on there actually. It's nice and smooth though. Same down here, that's not too bad. So the idea of the primer is it gives you a layer to paint on, but it also acts as a filler layer So any of these little brush marks and that you can fill her out. He's a noisy bugger. Will you be quiet please? Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Thank you. Right there. Right, yeah, so it acts like a filler layer, so you can sand out the brush marks from your undercoating. So that's the reason why you put 2 or 3 layers of paint. You know, the more layers of paint you put on, the more you can sand it back and smooth it and get a nice mirror finish. I don't think I'll be going quite that far, but I'd like a really nice finish on the walls if I can. This piece here is inside the cupboard, so it doesn't really matter, but I'll give it a good sanding. This wall here is on display. I think I'm going to have to give that another layer of undercoat, although I've sanded down and it is fairly smooth, you know. I might give it a layer of top coat and then buff it back and see what happens. Yeah, I've not done this wall yet, so that's this wall, and that wall there's next. Okay, got my respirator on. Bought myself a new respirator the other day, got this on. The only problem is, if you've got a beard, these things are no good, because a lot of the air and dust just goes through your beard, and you know, and you breathe it in anyway. But I suppose it filters out some, which is good. You know. Right, let's crack on. Let's crack on. Keep going. Okay, if you're pouring paint from a tin into a tray, a bit of a tip for you. As you know, it always goes everywhere. So just a couple of bits of masking tape, and hopefully it should pour okay. So let's stand you up a second and we'll see how we fare. How's that for a view? Oh, it's not too bad. Lift you up a touch. There you go. Let's see how this goes. Right. There you go. And then just a quick tidy up. Just brush some of that back into the pot. Made a mess of brushing it back into the pot. It just makes it a little bit cleaner, that's all. And then just drop the lid back on, and then when you're finished, take the tape off, and that's it, all clean. Nice, easy, straight pour. Okay, so I said I'm going to use the tipping off method. So what you do is you use a roller. I'm going to try it with a foam roller first. I've used that to clean the paint off where I poured it. I'm not keen on foam rollers. They tend to fall apart after a little while. So I have the wool roller, which is my preferred method. So I'll try it with the foam first, because I've got paint on that now where I scooped it off the tin and off the stirry stick. If that don't work, then that's going to get chucked away, and I'll use this one. So what you do is you roll a layer of paint on, and then when the paint's on, you just go down with a brush, a clean brush, no paint on, and just spread the paint, and it gets rid of any bubbles or marks from the roller. It just smooths them out, and then hopefully as the paint dries, it will dry silky smooth and nice and shiny. So let's just set you up, and you can watch me paint. Gosh, yeah, never mind. Oh well, I'm sure I'll find something better for you guys to watch soon, but at the moment it's watching paint dry. Okay, stand by. that's me done for the day. Painting's gone quite well. Got a bit of a shine on that lot. Whether it keeps its shine, we shall see. You can just see the outside. You can just see the bit of a shine going on there, look. So I'm quite happy with that. We'll have to wait and see how it turns out in the end. What I'll probably do is I'll come back tomorrow and I'll see how dry it is. If it's dry enough tomorrow, I'll give it I'll get the Scotch Brite pad on it, the scouring pad, the plastic Scotch Brite, the 3M Scotch pad. Let me see if I can find it. There it is. So I've got this. Look, it's just a bit of a scourer. It ain't quite aggressive as sandpaper, but it gives the paint a nice key to paint over the top of. But that's if the paint is dry tomorrow. So we shall see. See what happens tomorrow. So that's me done for the day. All right then. See you tomorrow. Okay. Back at the boat. Today is Thursday the 30th of September. The walls are absolutely lovely. That is so smooth. Still got a few brush marks in it, which I don't think I'm going to avoid. I think to get the brush marks out you have to spend a lot of time, and you know, I haven't got that much time, so. But there you go, it's not too bad. You can't really see them that well. I can see them, but you can't on the film, you know. So so the plan today is, got me Scotch Brite pad, my 3M Scotch Brite pad. So I'm going to give all the white paint that I did yesterday a light keying. These end boards, that's lovely and smooth, that is. That's nice. There's a few little lumps in the paint, but that will come out when I Scotch Brite it. So that's the plan today, is Scotch Brite it, give it a rub down, and then if I have time, I'm going to give it another coat of paint. I'm running a bit late today. I'm normally here for about 11 o'clock ish, and it's 2 o'clock, so I've got until about 5, so I should be all right. So let's crack on. I don't think there's any point in showing you what I'm going to do. Showing you Scotch Brite, and I might show you a short bit of footage for a few seconds, but that's it. Nothing special, because you've seen people sand paint before, you know, just like you've seen people watch paint dry. So right, let's crack on. Right, chat to you in a minute. Okay, that's the second top coat on now. The shine is looking very nice. You see the reflection of the worktop? That's nice, I like that. You can still see, I don't want to get too close because paint's wet. You can still see the odd little line in the paint, the brush lines, but I'm quite happy with that. The shine on it's very nice. Considering that was rough as old boots, that's not quite as shiny, but it's getting there, you know. See how this one dries, this coat, but I think that's probably all I'm going to put in. I need to finish this bit. I didn't realise that I've got to paint that little bit there, look, because that's where the board comes over. So yeah, I've got a little bit of painting to do there still, but I'll do that. Yeah, somehow I managed to miss that out. What I do need to do now is then I need to fish out this board here. That's the board for the oven. I need to fish that out, paint it, sand it and paint it. So what I might do is I might that'd be my job for tomorrow, I think, is get that out and sand it and give it a lick of paint, get it sorted. Right, okay guys, that'll do you for today. I'm liking the shine on that paint, it's looking good. Right, see you tomorrow. It's a bit like watching paint dry, this one, but you know, it is what it is. It's just you're gonna have videos like this where all I do is paint or varnish or something, so you know. Okay, right, enough waffling. Okay guys, see you tomorrow. Bye bye. Okay, today is Friday the 1st of October. Only here for a couple of hours today. I want to try and get the worktops done today. So this is the one from the fridge side of the boat, and the wash machine side of the boat. The sink side is down there. So I need to get the stands from off the top of the boat and bring them inside the boat. Although the weather looks quite nice out there today, I don't want to risk it getting rainy a bit later. The other job I need to do today is finish painting the oven board, which is what I've just lifted up there. So let me just put that down. So that's the other board for inside the oven, so I need to paint both sides of that. So that needs sanding and another coat, and that needs sanding and a first coat. So that's another job I can do today. So it's all about painting today again. So although these aren't really painting, they're oiling, but I still need to do it. Okay then, right, I think let's get the A stands or the easels off the top of the boat and we'll bring them inside, get the little sander going, and we'll start sanding. Okay guys. Traffic's a bit noisy here today, but there you go, that's the first layer of oil on. It's not bad, it's getting a nice shine on that. Yeah, that's looking alright. Trying to keep my shadow out of the picture. Yeah, so that's the first layer. You need to, so what you do is you put the oil on and you rub it in with a cloth or a paintbrush. You give it 10 or 15 minutes and then you rub the excess off, and I've done that now, so the excess has now been rubbed off. So I'm just waiting for that to not dry, because it doesn't really dry, but just give it a 10-15 minutes for it to set, and then I'll carry this board inside and I'll bring the other one out and I'll do the same to the other one. And then the other coats I'll do inside the boat, because it's too much of a pain to bring them out here and do it. It's nice to bring the boards out here and sand them down outside, but to oil them out here is probably not a great idea, because I've got to carry it back inside when it's all oily and slippy. So, and then once I put it down inside, I've got to then rub the board again to get rid of my finger marks. So there you go. Anyway, that's the first one done, so it's looking good. Right, still outside sanding this one down. Unfortunately, I've made a bit of a mistake. I can sand it down, but I can't oil this one today because I banged it on the way out and I broke that bit there, so that seal's broke. So what I need to do is get some glue, a couple of clamps, clamp it up, and take it back in the boat and let it set again. So I'm going to glue this now and let it set over the weekend, and then come back to it Monday, because yeah, it's a bit of a pity, but never mind, it happens, you know. It's one of them things, isn't it, I suppose. So let's get the glue out and try and open this up a little bit, and then put some glue in there, and then clamp it and strap it and carry it back in the boat and leave it for a couple of days to set. Okay, right, stand by. Okay, I got plenty of glue in the joint. The clamp or the strap here will hold the joint together, and the two clamps will hold the joint top and side, just to make sure I can get the joint as square as possible. I don't know how successful I've been, but we'll have to wait and see. Unfortunately, when I put the biscuit joints in, I didn't want to go right to the very edge, because I didn't want to risk blowing out the side. And the only drawback is I don't think I got a biscuit in that joint there, but never mind. What I can do is, when this is dried, I can drill a hole through the inside if need be and put a dowel in, and then glue the dowel in the joint. It's not going to be nowhere near as good as a biscuit, but you know, I mean, I could always route a hole in as deep as I can get, and then put a biscuit in the side, glue a biscuit in from this side, and then saw it off and sand it flat. But we'll see how it goes. So that's all I can do for now. See what happens. It's going to be fun carrying this back in the boat with all these clamps and that on it, but that strap's proper tight. If you listen there, look, that's there's a proper bit of tension on that strap, so hopefully that'll hold the joint nice and firm. So right, let's get it back in the boat, and that's pretty much all I can do today. There's not a lot else I can do now. Yeah, never mind. I was hoping to get this one oiled, but we'll have to do it Monday. Right, let's carry on. Okay, thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Bit of a strange one, I know, because it's all been about painting, but as it's what's going on inside the boat, then it is what it is, unfortunately, so you'll get what you're given, as my dad used to say. There's something about modern paint, it's just not quite as good as I remember paint being when I was a kid. You just don't seem to get the proper shine on it like you used to. Whether that's because now paints are no longer oil based, or I don't know. But the finish I've got on the paint is very, very nice, and I am rather happy with it. I'd like a bit more of a shine or a mirror finish, but it's still good. It's still good. So hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and also if you've got something you'd like to say, then please comment down below. Your comments are very much appreciated. Also, if you would like to share the video, then please feel free to share it amongst your friends. It's a great way of adding to my subscriber list. So take care of yourselves and look after your families, because as you know, families are important. So alright then guys, take care, and we'll see you on the next video. Alright, see you, bye.